Hello, everybody. This is Andrew Perry, coming alive and at you from the busy streets of New York City. As I know, it's been a long time since I talked to you on what's happening, but the biggest news of the sports world today is we lost one of the important figures in the National Basketball Association, and his name is Bill Russell. He died at the age of 88. You know him as he won he won multiple championships, and not only as a basketball player for the Boston Celtics, and as a coach as well. And there's nothing else you could say about Bill Russell. No, Bill Russell lived a long life, and when you think of basketball, when you think of the Boston Celtics, when you think of the days of the Red Auerbach, the John Havliceks, the days of Bob Cousy, except for, you think of Bill Russell. When you think of the Boston Celtics during Red Auerbach, let me put it this way. The first thing that comes to your mind is Bill Russell. Bill Russell is we all know how great he is. He wasn't the most skilled player. He was a cerebral player in the history of the National Basketball Association. He beat Wilt Chamberlain. When I think of Bill Russell, you think of basketball. Like I said, he's one of the he's one of the most important figures in the history of the NBA. There's no way around it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And today, not only this is a sad day, this is a celebration of one of the true greatest NBA players in the history of the league, by far. Despite his multiple championships, despite the fact his coaching, his knowledge of the game of basketball, from generation, from decade to decade, he have impact a lot of players. His tenacity, the way he plays will ferocious. Where back then, the athletes back then was vicious. So when it comes to winning, they really care about winning, winning championships and so forth. And he did play one of the greatest coaches in the history of the league. And what do you think? He's probably one of the last members of the 50s, the 60s, the black and white NBA, when those days when there was no shot clock, there was no no such thing as 3 points. Bill Russell, when I think of Bill Russell, when you think of Bill Russell today, I won't be sad. Yes, you be sad that he passed away, but I will look at it like a celebration. This man lived a long time and watched the sport of basketball grow after generation from generation. For Wilt Clyde Frazier to Jerry West, from Jerry West to Magic, to Kareem, to Larry Bird, Isaiah Thomas, Michael Jordan, now LeBron James, wherever you could throw at. Now, since lately, the Finals MVP is named after the Finals MVP, as you may know, is now the Bill Russell Finals MVP. And from that point forward, this, you know, when I think of Bill Russell, like I said, I think about the Boston Celtics and what a champion and what a probably the first dynasty I will say in the history of the sport. Probably after the Browns or Otto Graham, but the first dynasty in the NBA ever. Winning 9 championships. Beating Will Chamberlain. And doing it as a head coach as well. Is a big tribute to why the Boston Celtics are the most historic franchise in the NBA. And especially in Boston. Honor and appreciate that one of the greatest to me. When I look at Bill Russell, one thing I'll close on this. Bill Russell, in my mind, all due respect to Larry Bird, I think he's the greatest Boston Celtic of all time. And the reason why I say that, because he's one of the main reasons why the Boston Celtics. Yeah, I read Auerbach too. You go, but to me, Bill Russell is one of the greatest Boston Celtics ever, because he set the foundation of what being a Celtic it's all about. Have a great day, y'all. I'll talk to you soon. Take it easy.